Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your channeled intuitive reading from the Aquarius Tarot as we expand on the energies through the end of July, beginning of August 2021. Oh, it is a general reading, so you might want to look at the forecast for your moon, rising, and Venus, and there's a link in the description if you don't know what yours is. Take what resonates with you, leave the rest for everyone else. If you want to claim the reading, throw a comment below the video. That was fast. Thanks. They're just popping right out this morning. And we'll get started. Bing, bing, bing. Okay. Let me have a little sip of the morning espresso. Yes, this is all espresso in this cup. And people wonder why I'm bouncing off the wall. Okay, 6 of water. Oh, by the way, thanks again for your likes and subscribes to support the channel. I really appreciate that. All right, so the 6 of water is about going back in time nostalgically, thinking about times that were amazing, delicious, when you were happy. It's bringing you into the right mindset. It's also about, that yearning the security of the good old days. Maybe you're revisiting in your mind's eye an old flame. Maybe you're visiting an old flame. Maybe it was the love of your life, your childhood sweetheart. All this triggering and remembering the past, enjoying those warm moments again, helps you relive them in your mind and in your heart and in your emotional energy space. And you really want to do that to bring that space back to you. It's really going to help propel you to move forward in what's going on in the next couple of, the next few weeks. You've got the 7 of air, and the 7 of air is about showing your independence, standing up, not conforming, living life on your terms, not on anybody else's, not having to be the people pleaser, live life on you. Go and start beating your own drum. Hey, this is my life. This is how I want, the direction I want my life to go in. So this revisit of the nostalgia is going to help you stand up and stand tall. Not take any prisoners. Then you've got the Page of Fire. And what is fire? The fire in the belly, what was that, working woman? Yeah. Anyway, fire in your belly. It's about being enthusiastic. Can't say that before 4 cups of coffee in the morning. It's about being enthusiastic. It's about that sense of adventure, that wild hair, venturing forth, beginning a new project, acting on a new idea. And so you're going to have that fire, that enthusiasm, that momentum, or it's going to give you that momentum in order to move forward. So not bad foundational cards, I'll tell you. Remembering the sweetness, saying, this is me, and now let's get the fire. The fire. All right, so I did do a pre-shuffle before, but let's just do a quick shuffle. And these are really slippery cards. I don't know why. So I have to really be careful while I'm pulling them. Okay. Or else I'll just fly everywhere. See? Look at that. All right. What am I going to pick here? Which one? Which one feels? This one feels good. Okay. All right. So what we have here, God, slippery suckers. What do we have here? All right. This is about obstacles. And, we've all been dealing with obstacles in our lives at some point. You've been dealing with a lot more obstacles than a lot of other signs in the last few months, 6 months probably. And this is about things that are in front of you that are keeping you from moving forward. And that's why your homework, that Spirit is bringing these cards up for you, is to lighten you up. Because if you lighten up, those obstacles will become surmountable. Yeah, and this fear of lack, holding on to every penny. I can't afford. Okay, you may be in a financial place right now that is not ideal, but please change the vocabulary per Spirit. Spirit is saying, change, do not say I can't afford, because every time you say I can't afford it, you're giving Spirit the signal to make sure that you can't afford it. It's perpetual lack based on what's in your vocabulary, your belief system, what you're thinking and saying and feeling. So, not telling you to go buy a Cadillac, but stop saying I can't afford it. Stop saying I don't have any money, because all you're doing is attracting that to you. Just don't say it at all. If you want something, to say, hey, someday I'm going to get that. See that? Do you feel? How can you feel the difference of that? Can't you? You're still not buying it, but instead of going, oh no, you're going, yeah, someday I'm going to get that. Big difference. Please do that. Sorry, but how to say it. Yeah, and so there's some kind of venture, by the way, that you've been hanging out. There's some kind of new thing that you're trying to get into, and you kind of tipped your toes in the water here, but you've been hanging out. You're waiting for something to happen. You're waiting for this, some of you, okay, so I've got a couple of different camps of spirits in here right now. And one camp of spirits is saying, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. You're afraid you're going to get laid off. You're afraid of this. You're afraid of that. So that you're afraid of the change. And then the other camp, you're trying to get involved in something new, and you're only dipping your toe in the water, and Spirit is saying, yeah, you're allowed to dip more than your toe in the water. If you really want to make this successful, you have to take action. Well, there you go. So we have the Tower, and the Tower is about great change. For those of you who are worried about change, you're attracting great change to you. And so that change is probably going to happen at the end of this month, beginning of next month. And you're going to be propelled to move forward. So what happens is, if we're not going in the direction of our highest good, Spirit will take us there, drag us there kicking and screaming, if we're just trying to sit on the fence when it's time for us to really move. With this change, could be a change of residence. It could be a change in job. Okay, so the only thing constant in life is change, kids. Just saying. So you just have to say, oh, I guess I'm free now to move about the country. If a big change does happen and you see yourself having more free time, do a little exploring. I know that sounds crazy, but do a little exploring. Free yourself, free your mind, and the rest will open up. In my experience, when I used to do a lot of contract assignments in technology, believe it or not. I know, crazy, right? And I would be finished a gig, or a gig would finish early, and I'm going, oh, I guess I'm free to move about the world. And regardless of what was in my account, I would do more of a bohemian style, but I would get out and travel and be appreciative of the time I had then. And then while I was, again, not a big dollar kind of trip, just backpack and go. And ended up in places that with most delicious experiences. And people would, here's a free room, here's a free this. I'm not kidding. Crazy, right? Stuff. And then opportunity would just pop itself. Oh, I guess I better get another gig. Boom, there it is. All right, so we've got the 10, and the 10 is about that money. So embracing the change, you've got the quan, you've got the cash, you've got the money. And this money is coming from, some of it is coming from somebody else. Maybe through some kind of family arrangement, inheritance, some kind of investment that's matured, but you have that cash coming in. Maybe it's a bonus or some kind of stipend or some kind of sign-on bonus. Something is coming in for money for you that was unexpected and looks like it's something that you're being handed. Not that's something that you're earning. But yeah, you do have opportunities here to move into a direction where you have and feel like you have more financial security this period. But you have to tend the garden. You have to actually move in a direction, take the action, do the work. And if you tend your garden, this also, you might be hooking up with somebody, a woman of independent means, but there is some financial reward here. So the partnership is favorable. And it's just reminding you it's time to think. It's time to spend time thinking about taking that time of solitude, reminding you, take the rest, take the solitude, go and revisit the nostalgic time to get the clarity that you need, to bring yourself into that happy place in order to move forward. Bottom of the deck, it's about foundation. It's about setting down roots. And you want the celebration. You want the happy ending. And you could have a happy ending. If you can kind of, okay, somebody's spirit saying, get out of your own way. But if you can release some of these feelings of lack, release some of the old beliefs and fear about change, and embrace what's coming in. All right, guys, that's all I've got. Thanks again for your likes and subscribes, and we'll see you next time. Enjoy the end of July and the beginning of August.